gang, gang, gang. Gang, gang, gang. Foodie gang, gang, gang.
Food gang, gang, gang.
Foodie gang, gang, gang. Foodie gang, gang, gang. Foodie gang gang gang.
Food gang gang gang.
Foodie gang gang gang.
Food gang gang gang. Food gang gang gang.
Hey, foodie gang, welcome back to my channel. You are tuned in to Kitchen Talk with Chef Big Bang, season 2, episode dun, 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 93. We are just chugging along. We're almost to a hundo. So make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you missed any episodes, be sure to go back and check it out. To support this channel and keep the stove on, you can hit the Cash App at money sign Chef Big Bank. Also, join my food group on Facebook at Chef Big Bank Foodie Gang fan page. Follow me on all my social media platforms. And I have the Foodie Gang investigative team shirt on today. Let me see if I can stand up. Let me show you all the rest of it. So I have a burger in a magnifying glass, and this shirt is perfect for today's stream because we are going to talk about food and fast food inflation. We're also going to talk about Kamala Harris's price gouging policy. Yesterday during my live stream, I showed you guys how to make brunch under $15. And during that live stream, we touched on food inflation. And so today we're going to take a deep dive and we're going to really get to the bottom of what food inflation is, and also not only the food, but also the fast food. So we're going to talk about that. Hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Before we get into the show, I am going to read you the disclaimer, Foodie Gang. Yes, I'm going to read the disclaimer before we get into the show. Okay, so welcome to 907 Good Eats Kitchen Talk with Chef Big Bang. Please note that the information provided on our channel, including commentary and discussions, is for informational, educational, and entertainment purposes only. Comments and opinions expressed are those of the individuals and not those of 907 Good Eats. While we strive to provide accurate and up-to-date information, We cannot guarantee its completeness, reliability, or accuracy. The use of the information provided on this channel is strictly at your own risk. We do not claim ownership of any third party content featured on our channel. All third party content is the intellectual property of their respective owners, and we respect their rights. Viewer discretion is advised for all content. So there we have it, Foodie Gang. There we go. We got the disclaimer out of the way. And I just want to say to you guys, normally I am cooking, but today I had to sit down. We gotta talk about this food inflation, Randy. Randy also coming through the door. She said, "Hello, 907. Good eats." And she's already putting up the warning. Okay, so normally when I cook, a lot of people come, but these live streams are also very important where we break down the food. We get our foodie gang investigative team going. So these streams are also very important as well, as opposed to the cooking. But if y'all just want to see the cooking, that's okay. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And thank you so much, Randy, for coming through today. Randy, how was your day going? My day is going okay. I don't know. I'm like, maybe it's because it's like the end of the month and it's just like I have so many plans and so many things that I want to get done that I think I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed. So I just got to take my time, pray about it. Randy said, keep the stove on, hit the Cash App, money sign Chef Big Bank. Thank you for your support. And also hit the like button. Likes are very important as well. So when I first started live streaming, I was doing these type of lives and I would show you guys the Facebook group because I have not been doing these type of lives. You guys have not seen the Facebook food group in so long. And let me tell you, it is going amazing. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you guys the group, show you guys the updates, and we're going to talk about how we're almost at 2,000 group members, but we're waiting on you to join. And Randy said, it's fine. You know where I'm at. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. And you know what, Randy? With inflation the way it is, with the food and the fast food, we're going to have to continue to hustle and bustle. Hey Angela, how are you doing? How are you doing? So yesterday's live stream where I made brunch under $15, we talked about food inflation very briefly. Randy and Angela were there. And so today I was thinking, you know what? Let's take a deep dive into it. And right now we are on the verge of the presidential election is coming up. And I know they say never talk about politics at the dinner table, but today is different. We are going to talk about politics a little bit. We don't really discuss politics on this channel, but like I said, the election is coming up. There are new policies that are being talked about. So it's important, Foodie Gang, that we get our Foodie Gang investigative team and really figure out what's going on. And if I did not talk about food inflation and fast food inflation on 907 Good Eats, it would do a really big disservice because we got to be honest. When we go into the grocery store these days, it's it's kinda sad. I don't know if you guys feel that way, but I feel kinda sad when I'm coming out because it's like, "Dang, I know this is gonna cost a lot of money." And I think it's also, a shame that the same amount of money that you used to spend, you'll spend that same amount of money, but you get far less items. And, it just it's like, when does it end? When does it end? I'm gonna drop the link that so if anyone wants to come up and share their story about food inflation, fast food inflation, or comment on politics, you are free to do so. I just ask that when you come up, you be respectful, keep the cursing to a minimum. Be on your best behavior. And you know what? I just want to say that I shouldn't even have to be telling y'all that. Everybody here is grown. So if you have a story to tell or a commentary to give on inflation, feel free to do so. And Randy, I see your comment down there. I'm going to be pulling up in a second. One thing I will say about today, I'm working out at StreamYard, and normally I'll be on my phone, or sometimes I'll be on my phone. One thing I will say is that when you're on your phone, it's a lot simpler. Because it's like you don't have all these comments, all these buttons. But when you get on the laptop and you got StreamYard pulled up, it's a lot going on. So bear with me. So yes, if anybody wants to come up and share their story about food inflation, and don't say you don't got one, because I know y'all go to the grocery store. Randy said, it's heartbreaking. I hate going. Yes, honestly, I don't even like going to the grocery store unless I have more than like $200. If I don't have more than $200, even $100, you can't go to the grocery store with $50. You're gonna get maybe a meal for that night, maybe. But it's like if I don't have $100 to $200, I don't even want to go to the grocery store. I will wait and procrastinate until I have more money because I know that my money doesn't go as far as it used to in the grocery store. I had to make it bigger. So this is the Facebook group, and we are at 1.8K. So we are almost to 2,000. Join the group and help us get to our goal. So yes, this is the group on Facebook. I recently had a food contest. Hold on, let me get some of my coffee. I got my French roast here with a little bit of honey and my 907 Goodies mug. Make sure y'all shop the store. Angela said, I have to more often than not nowadays get lesser quality food. And you know what, Angela? That's a really good point. Before, when I used to shop, I used to not like off brand items. I didn't like any of the Great Value or the signature brand that they have at Fred Meyer's. Now, getting something that is not off brand is a luxury because, especially with me, because I'm cooking is my content. So it's like if I have $200, I have to go to the store. What makes more sense? To get a lesser quality item and have more money to get a different variety of items so that I can cook more dishes? Or do I get, good quality items and get less? So it is a juggling affair that we have to do when we go into the grocery store. And it is just very heartbreaking. It's just kind of sad. I think the only good part is after you cook the food you're eating. Okay, so I recently had a food contest, or sorry, in July, I had a food contest. There was a Foodie Gang first annual grill off. This is the prize for the winner. So I had a free Foodie Gang t-shirt, two souvenirs from Alaska. So I got her a moose and a license plate. She's really into stuffed animals. And you guys, the reason why I say join the Facebook group because I am really hands-on and really in touch with my Foodie Gang. But she likes stuffed animals and she has a frog collection. And I also did an interview with her on 907 Goodies. So I have the two souvenirs, a free t-shirt. I got her a sauce bottle and a couple of grilling utensils because this was the grill off uh, food contest, a $20 gift certificate, and also what do you call these things again? Or gifts, not a an award, an award certificate. There we go. I was like, what do you call these again? So that was her prize for winning the Foodie Gang first annual grill off. I also made a video. I am not gonna play the sound for you guys because I feel the sound may have music in there and I do not want to get in trouble. I'm trying to be on my best behavior. So YouTube can accept me into the fold. So yes, this was the prize. She really enjoyed the shirt. And when I had the Foodie Gang, I think it was called the Foodie Gang National Pasta Contest. I give the winner the option to pick a shirt from the website, and he picked this shirt as well. He really, really likes the shirt, and he said that he is going to be buying more shirts. These shirts are of really good quality, and I really enjoy my merch, and that is why I encourage you guys all to shop the store. So what we have here, I'm gonna show y'all a little bit of food before we get into it. We have jerk steak and shrimp over yellow rice. I have been craving jerk something. Like I want jerk chicken or shrimp or steak and some yellow rice because I don't have any jerk recipes or any curry recipes on 907 Good Eats. So I am going to be adding that to the menu for my lobster lovers. We got lobster, we got an Alfredo pasta and broccoli, and it looks like some garlic bread in the back. Yeah, that's looking good. I haven't had lobster in a long time. Oh, okay, Randy. Okay. Randy said, no, take that shrimp down. Okay, Randy, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. And then this okay, we're moving on to fish, right, Randy. Sorry. This is my Cajun seasoned cod that I made the other day. I also included a video with all of the recipes on 907 Good Eats. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more amazing recipes. So, yes, that was a good one. And then here's the thumbnail for today. Oh my goodness, Randy, it's so much seafood in this episode. I'm sorry, baby. This was a seafood spread. Okay, this is the last one, Randy. This is a seafood spread that he made for his homies. Look, I'm trying to be his friend. I want to be his friend. If your friend's eating like that, Randy, it's okay. There's got to be some vegetarian dishes on this page or in this group. 1.8 foodies from all over the world join and help us get to our goal. Randy, did you see that last thing he showed? It was like a dessert with some fruit. You can eat that one. That was looking good. You can eat that, Randy. You can eat the salad. See, Randy, that right there, that's for you, baby. You can have that. That looks delicious. And you know what? I don't have any desserts really on here. I'm gonna, you know what? When I first started this channel, I didn't know what I was gonna do. But now that I'm starting to document my process, I can see what type of foods I don't have and what I need. So we got some spaghetti. Y'all know how I feel about spaghetti. And then I said, good morning, post a picture of food below. And it looks like we got some more spaghetti right there. Okay, I think you might be able to eat this, Randy. Organic red quinoa dish, complete meal by itself. Yes, quinoa is really, really good for you. Oh, no, not no, she got sardines in there. You can't have that one, Randy. So yes, join the group. Late night snack, lazy s'mores. Who wants one? I never tried this Jif peanut butter and chocolate. I've never tried this and I've never seen this. And then she got the marshmallow fluff. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I do not like marshmallows. I never have. The only way I will eat marshmallows is if they're on a s'more and it has like been toasted over the fire or roasted over the fire. But I don't really like marshmallows. Marshmallows have never been my favorite. Randy said, I only want the seafood. No, Randy, no. No, Randy, you ain't going nowhere on my watch. Okay, so that was the Facebook group. Join the group, hit the Cash App, follow me on all my social media platforms, and then we're going to get right into it. The first thing that we're going to talk about is a very hot topic, very controversial: fast food. When is the last time you ate fast food? I tell you, it's fast food has gotten really, really expensive. They are out here playing games. They are out here playing games. Randy said, I have my EpiPen. So Randy has a seafood allergy. I think that's how you say, or a shellfish allergy. No, Randy, we don't even want you risking your life. We want you safe, and you got to be here, and it's not that serious. Okay, so we gonna get into the content, Randy. We're not gonna talk about seafood no more. Don't even worry. Ooh, Randy said I had Chick-fil-A for lunch. So I am in Alaska right now. We do not have a Chick-fil-A in Alaska. When I lived in Oregon, and I'm gonna talk about that. Saying 9 years, but it was really 7 years I lived in Oregon. When I lived in Oregon, we had a Chick-fil-A and I loved it. And when my sister would come visit me, because she was coming from Alaska, every time she would leave, she would take Chick-fil-A with her to the airport and eat it on the plane. And she made sure every time she would come visit me in Portland, Oregon, she would get Chick-fil-A because we don't have Chick-fil-A in Alaska. Which I don't know why, but well, I do know why. You know how Chick-fil-A be standing outside? They can't stand outside in Alaska. It's too cold. So they would have to change how they do it because that wouldn't work. It's way too cold for them to stay outside, and they probably don't want to compromise their customer service. But that's my opinion. It's all alleged. I don't know. Something could have happened. Okay, let me get the video pulled up and let me stop. But yes, Chick-fil-A is my favorite. I really like Chick-fil-A. Oh, I did an interview with somebody. Okay, so I reacted to a TikTok video. I was able to get the original content creator to come up to 907 Goodies, right? So when he came here, Foodie Gang, he told me that he used to work at Chick-fil-A. And you know how Chef Big Bang felt about Chick-fil-A, so I had to question him. And I said, "Is everybody really that happy?" He was like, "Yes. Everyone is really that happy at Chick-fil-A, and the energy is contagious." Randy said 907, we need to go in as partners and buy a Chick-fil-A. I don't know. You bring up a good point. I was watching something that was talking about the requirements to become a franchise owner of Chick-fil-A, right? Y'all know I be watching random food stuff. So they were saying, hold on, I got a cough. So they were saying to become a franchise owner of Chick-fil-A, it is so hard because they don't let anybody just come a part of their brand. You know how McDonald's kind of let anybody come a part of their brand, and that's why you got some McDonald's that be have bad customer service. Chick-fil-A don't do that. They say we don't care about profit. If you want to represent our brand, you need to be on point. And so it was talking about how it's hard to become a franchise owner for Chick-fil-A. But y'all, we 35 minutes in. Y'all know I'll be talking. We finna get into the content. Okay, and so at fast food, have you guys noticed how they're doing combo menu upgrades or like the menus at fast food places seem to be so large and they're offering so many different things and so many different options. It's like they want your money no matter what. Thank y'all for watching. Hit the like button. We finna get into this video. And if at any point in time the sound sounds weird, let me know. Let me know, Foodie Gang. Hit the cash app while we watching this.
Over the past decade, fast food prices have skyrocketed between 40 and 100%, far outpacing inflation. One of our viewers noticed something odd about the way one chain prices its combo meals and asked our Christine Lazar to investigate.
I'm just gonna go back and replay that first part because my sound was down a little low. And I'm gonna replay that first part.
According to a recent study by Finance Buzz, over the past decade, fast food prices have skyrocketed between 40 and 100%, far outpacing inflation. One of our viewers noticed something odd about the way one chain prices its combo meals and asked our Christine Lazar to investigate. And what you found out is pretty surprising. You did really good investigation.
Yeah, well, it surprised me. It's not often that I get an email where I'm like, I don't have any idea what the answer is here. And, yesterday we talked about the consumer price index and inflation cooling. And one of the things that experts say has really spurred that is consumers saying, I don't want to pay this much anymore.
Right.
And I think if there is a silver lining at all to the inflation that we've experienced over the past couple of years, is that consumers are finally finding their voice and pushing back. And companies are listening and now offering value meals and other things to help us save money because we're like, hey, we just won't go there anymore.
But is it too late? Are we at the point of no return? When are the prices going to come back down? And why did they go up? It's starting to feel like they went up and that's all they've been doing. So we have to say, is it too late? And if people are starting to cook at home, what is the possibility of them going back outside to eat fast food? I mean, when you can just cook at home, you get better food, you know what you're eating. It's simpler, it's easier, So, and if you are cooking at home, meal prep is the way to go. Randy said one large fry at McDonald's is $5. So my sister went to Burger King and I was driving her. I was giving her a ride to Burger King, right? She got a large fry and a Sprite. It was $12. $12 for a large Sprite and a large fry. And then there's another thing that I don't like is that you're spending all that money, but you're not even gonna get full. So it's just like, but $12 at Burger King for a large Sprite and a large fry. Ask yourself, why don't I just go to the grocery store and spend that $12 and be able to get maybe a loaf of bread, a pack of meat, and then I can eat 4 sandwiches. You know what I'm saying? So Randy said it's best to eat at home. I'm telling y'all, Foodie Gang, and I think that this channel was right on time because we are at a time right now where inflation is very tough and things are getting very expensive. So this 907 Goodies was right on time. Subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna help y'all learn how to cook and learn how to save your money. And hey, Miss Solistic, let's get back into the video and let's see what else they talking about.
So in this case, we often hear in the drive-thru, do you want fries and drink with that? But what you may not notice is that at some fast food chains, how much you pay for that same fries and drink varies based on what you like to order.
Bradley Moosechekian lives a simple life in the high desert. He lives alone on a fixed income, and many days he turns to fast food restaurants for his meals. But even then, it's a struggle to stay on budget.
I feel like I'm priced out sometimes. Can't go to McDonald's and get, the Big Mac meal for.
Honestly, Foodie Gang, nobody should be eating fast food every day. They might have saved his life with this inflation. Nobody should be eating fast food every day. That's not good for you. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, learn how to cook. This man needs to be careful with his heart and his health. And he don't need to be eating a Jack in the Box every day. Nobody does. Every once in a while, okay, but every day, no.
For $2.99 or $3.99 the way it was, because now it's like $11 just for the hamburger.
One day, Moosechekian was in the drive-thru of his local Jack in the Box.
And I was a little tight on money that day, and I was just looking at the different items, and I'm pretty good with numbers, and I recognize patterns and things like that. And it just blew up in my face.
He noticed that the price to upgrade to a combo meal varied based on what burger or sandwich he wanted to order.
I'm thinking, well, look at this. They want X amount for this French fry and drink, and they want X amount for that French fry and drink, and they're both still the same French fry and drink.
So he wrote me an email asking if I knew why the combo upgrade at Jack in the Box wasn't a flat amount, and I did.
See, Foodie Gang, this is the type of customers I'm talking about in the kitchen that are really complicated to deal with. Because not only did he see the price change, he went and emailed the news station. He was furious. But let me read some comments from the chat. We got Randy. She said, "You don't get full. They don't fill the container. They don't fill up the container, and the food is cold. Plus, the customer service is horrible." I agree with that. The customer service has definitely gone down. All we can depend on these days is Chick-fil-A. Everybody else got a super big attitude. And they make you want to, not even go there no more. Angela said, "Yep, you can get a bag of potatoes for less than $5. I eat at home. I am social security disability. So I had to stop eating fast food altogether. I order African food once monthly." Angela, I definitely agree with you, and I eat at home a lot as well, just because going out to eat is just not affordable for me. And I also feel like your money goes farther when you eat at home. Cooking is not hard. It's a lot of fun. You can be creative and just have fun with it. And you're gonna mess up food sometimes. Just throw it away, restart. And Rain said, "Hello, Miss Holistic. Like, share, subscribe, and tell a friend." So he emailed the news because he noticed that to upgrade depending on what sandwich you have. You know what? One thing I would say is these days when you do go out to eat fast food, you can't even afford to upgrade. All you can afford is the wrap or the burger or the Subway sandwich. You can't even really afford the chips and the drink. And then it's like, how is it $5 for chips and a drink when I know that's not how much it costs to make it and all that stuff. And then you got to think, they're ordering these items in bulk and you're buying one. So you got to think about that when you do food costs. And but they are moving over the cost of everything to the customers, it feels like. It's everything is on us. So he emailed the news station, and that's where we are in this story.
Didn't. In fact, I never noticed it. Their menu doesn't make it easy to do mental math.
At Mushekian's Jack in the Box, if you were to order a bacon and Swiss buttery jack, the cost of the combo is $11.19. The burger by itself, $7.89, which means you're paying $3.30 to upgrade. But if you were to order the double jack, the cost of that combo, $11.69. But the burger by itself also $7.89, which means now you're paying $3.80 to upgrade to the combo. That's an additional 50 cents for the same fries and drink.
I suspect what they may be doing is they may be using some pricing algorithm, and this pricing algorithm is predicting that to achieve a certain level of proportion of consumers upgrading to combo, this is what the price should be.
Shabransu Singh is a professor.
Homeboy was not playing. He said, if y'all finna get my money, I'm finna make sure every dollar, every dime, every penny is accounted for. He said he was crunching them numbers. We need to take him to the grocery store when we go to the grocery store. He crunching the budget. Randy said you can go to Sam's Club and purchase the chips in bulk. You know what? And that brings up a good point. A box of chips from Sam's Club, I'm in Alaska, so it's like $20 here, right? A case of soda may be like $10. And if you take out one bag of chips and one soda, I don't think it should be $5. It really shouldn't, but you're paying for the labor to hand it over to you to over the counter. You're paying for everything. But I suspect that Jack in the Box is not the only place doing this. And I feel there's a lot, allegedly, in my opinion, it's all alleged, there's a lot of shady business practices going on. Y'all know I gotta say allegedly because they were trying to get people. And all the commentary expressed is their opinions. So let's get back into the video. And I'd say the news tackled this story. They went and got the professor and everything.
Of marketing at Johns Hopkins and an expert on fast food pricing. He believes that the price of the combo upgrade may depend on what consumers are willing to pay, meaning those who order one type of burger could be more likely to pay more for a combo meal than those who order a different burger.
When a consumer is willing to pay more for that combo or upgrading to the combo, then it makes more sense for the firm to increase price and extract some more surplus from there.
We asked Jack in the Box to explain the price discrepancy, and a company spokesperson told us in order to stay competitive, all the ingredient factors of each burger affect the pricing of each combo. Due to this, the percentage discount on combos is going to vary per product.
Okay, so they done put together a whole statement. So pretty much they're saying, yeah, we know we do it, and it is what it is. And then they made up a whole little reason saying all the ingredient factors of each burger affect the pricing of each combo. How? When that combo could have the same ingredients as the other sandwich. But it's their business, so I'm pretty sure they can do what they want. And I'm not sure if there's any like law against this, or probably isn't. This man maybe have been the first person to realize this.
But when I asked why the fast food chain doesn't charge a standard amount for a fries and drink upgrade, the spokesperson did not reply, despite repeated emails.
I would like to see a little bit more fairness, and just some consistency across the menu at least.
Jack in the Box isn't the only fast food eatery to charge.
Look, man, fast food does not care about the people, allegedly, in my opinion. This is all for entertainment purposes. If fast food cared about the people that they serve, they probably would be serving a better quality of food, but they don't care. They're serving you whatever they put together in the factory or the lab. And they're reproducing it in mass quantities and trying to make as much money as they can. And that is why I say this. Hit the like button and subscribe to 907 Goodies so that you can learn how to cook at home. You can be here when we go over these topics and be a part of the Foodie Gang investigative team and really break down these topics because the evidence already shows fast food is not for the people. So he's looking at the wrong person for trust and fairness. It ain't them, allegedly. That's all my opinion. Now, let's get back into the video and let's see what else is going to go down. They are really holding Jack in the Box feet to the fire.
Different amounts for the same fries and drink. McDonald's does it too. At a Hollywood location, the price to upgrade to a combo varied from $3.50 to $4. So we asked McDonald's to explain, and they confirmed they were looking into our request, but then didn't respond to my subsequent emails. At Chick-fil-A, Burger King, In-N-Out, and Wendy's, they all charge a flat amount to upgrade to a combo. Subway and Jersey Mike's as well.
Man, look at that. What did I tell y'all? Chick-fil-A holding it down. The only honest person out here, or the only honest fast food I would say, I think would be Chick-fil-A. Of course, McDonald's does it too. They shady with them, allegedly. But Chick-fil-A is out here holding it down. Do you feel like if you're gonna upgrade to a meal, it should be the same price? It shouldn't be like a price discrepancy at all.
Professor Singh says there's a reason most fast food restaurants stick to less confusing pricing, and that's because it can lead to backlash. Like how Muschekian was so frustrated, he wrote us that email that called Jack in the Box pricing a pile of BS.
There is also some sense of fairness involved because when consumers see that the cost of providing the product is exactly the same, but prices are somewhat different depending on what I'm buying, then they may feel that they are not being fairly treated compared to someone who's buying another burger.
As for Moose Chekian, he still goes to his local Jack in the Box, but he's still miffed about their pricing.
I'll survive with it. It's just.
We can all relate.
Right.
Man, that man should have stood on business and should have stopped going to Chick-fil-A. Jack in the Box. He said, I'm still gonna go there, but I just want them to know that they robbing me. He should have stopped going there altogether.
Muschekian claims when he asked his local store manager about the price differences, he says even she didn't realize the combo price varied based on the product. And he says now that he's aware, he's actually left the state and noticed that they also do that pricing at Jack in the Boxes outside of California. So I'm not suggesting anybody goes in with their calculator because it is hard to do that math. But at the same time, we as consumers just have to be aware. So if you don't want to pay varying amounts for the fries and drink, pick a restaurant that doesn't do that. And then it sends a message to those that do that, hey, we as the consumer, we don't like it. It feels a little tricky.
And I feel like sometimes combo meals, you don't necessarily want everything in the combo meal, but you're like, yeah, I want 2 of the 3 things. You might as well make it that.
Now I did price it out because I was curious. Well, is it cheaper then to do it a la carte and order your fries and drinks separately from the sandwich?
No, they usually figure that out.
You still get a better deal with the combo, but it does miff you. You're like, wait, why if my friend likes one thing, they get a cheaper combo meal than me? I think we are entering the era where consumers are finding their voice, and I'm here for it.
And it's the thing we always talk about, which is transparency.
Yes.
Yes, we'll pay more, but just be upfront with us. Don't try to deceive
Tell me
us.
my chicken's going to be $1 more.
Yeah.
Yep, that's that fair.
Yeah, so it sounds like they said that he left the state and was still he said the other Jack in the Boxes were still price gouging, or they called it that. Of course, Jack in the Box or places like that are run by corporations. So even though he left the state and went to a different Jack in the Box, they are still run by the same company. Okay, so we're gonna pivot and we're gonna talk about Kamala Harris. We talked about fast food inflation. We're gonna talk about Kamala Harris's policy for price gouging. And I'm going to play a little bit of her speech. And I'm going to also show you guys some videos that, everybody is entitled to their opinion, and that's perfectly fine. There's always going to be opinions no matter where you go in the world. And so I am just going to get this pulled up. Hit the like button while we wait. And then I have my notes over here. Hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the Cash App at @Chef Big Bank. Let me just check something right quick. Because I have a time marker. Because our speech, when the presidents get up there, or potential candidates for the president get up there, they got a really, really long speech. So I'm going to get to the important part of what she is saying. Okay, here we go. Here we go. But how was everyone's day going? So for breakfast, I had grits. Yesterday I went live and I made brunch under $15. Check out that live stream. And today I ate the rest of the grits and they're really good. Okay, let me just get this pulled up. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Will make it a top priority to bring down costs and increase economic.
And I believe, yeah, so this is Kamala Harris's unveils her economic agenda, cracking down on price gouging. Price gouging is when, like during the pandemic where we saw prices go up on stuff that was really popular. Well, and then the prices never come back down. They consider that to be price gouging.
Security for all Americans. As president, I will take on the high costs that matter most to most Americans, like the cost of food. We all know that prices went up during the pandemic when the supply chains shut down and failed. But our supply chains have now improved, and prices are still too high. A loaf of bread costs 50% more today than it did before the pandemic. Ground beef is up almost 50%. Many of the big food companies are.
Trust me, we know, we part of the foodie gang at 907 Get Eats. We know that food is up. And yesterday we talked about it briefly, and I wanted to really break it down. And if you notice, she said after the pandemic. And then you gotta ask yourself, well, who has been president since the pandemic? What's up, Rico? How are you doing? Thank you so much for sliding by. Hit the like button. Then you got to ask yourself, well, who has been the president since the pandemic? Well, Kamala, I think I'm saying it right. You were vice president during this time where we saw this inflation. So I just want to make those notes. We're going to move on, Foodie Gang. We're going to hear the rest of her speech and see what else she got to say.
Seeing their highest profits in 2 decades. And while many grocery chains pass along these savings, others still aren't. Look, I know most businesses are creating jobs, contributing to our economy, and playing by the rules. But some are not. And that's just not right. And we need to take action when that is the case. As Attorney General in California, I went after companies that illegally increased prices, including wholesalers that inflated the price of prescription medication, and companies that conspired with competitors to keep prices of electronics high. I won more than $1 billion for consumers. So believe me, as president, I will go after the bad actors.
Yeah, do you guys hear about what was going on with the EpiPens and how they were charging a really high price for that? Crazy. Let me read some comments from the chat. Y'all so funny, Foodie Gang. All right, thank you so much, Foodie Gang, for coming through. And then so Angela said inflation went up because of too much government spending, giving too much money to other countries and spending on a legal immigration crisis. You know what, Angela? And it's hard for us to forget those facts when we are still living in the Biden Harris administration. And it's just like y'all want us to forget the last 4 years and to believe everything she's saying? Like now, if Kamala wasn't the vice president previously and we didn't know anything about her, she might be able to get away with all these stories, or you know what I'm saying? Like she might be able to, she would have clean hands. But now that she is the vice president currently, and she has been in office for 4 years, we're not gonna forget anything because it's still going on. And Lolo said she all talk, laugh out loud. You know what? And I will admit, I'm an independent, but I tend to vote more Democrat. And this year will be different for me because this year, these last 4 years have really opened my eyes to what is going on. And I would say, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like the Democrats been playing games out here. In my opinion, this allegedly, or this is my opinion. And Angela said, they really think we are stupid. Angela, you know what? That's kind of what it's starting to look like because you can't blame Trump. You can't blame anybody for the last 4 years. You have to stand on your record. And if she stands on the last 4 years, I don't think she's gonna be standing that long. In my opinion, because it's just like I'm one of those people where it's like I don't really believe what you say, I believe what you do. And so I'm looking at the actions. I don't care what nobody's promising and all that. I'm looking at what is really being done and what can we see. What are the facts? But vote for who y'all want to vote for. I'm just here to tell y'all about food and fast food inflation. And we're gonna talk about this policy that Kamala Harris wants to enact if she becomes president. They be up here promising a whole lot. They be like, when I do this, when I do this, and then they get in office and no nothing happened. Okay, but let's go.
And I will work to pass the first ever federal ban on price gauging on food. My plan will include
Price gouging or price gauging? Am I saying it wrong or is she saying it wrong? Let me know, Fuji Gang. But She couldn't even get the word out right because she knew she was telling a lie. Let's get back into the video, Hootie Gang. But is it price gouging or price gauging? Which one is it? Y'all let me know.
New penalties for opportunistic companies that exploit crises and break the rules, and we will support smaller food businesses that are trying to play by the rules and get ahead. We will help the food industry become more competitive because I believe competition is the lifeblood of our economy. More competition means lower prices for you and your families.
So the government wants to get more involved with the food and with the pricing. It's like they trying to. I'm just gonna play the video. Let y'all hear what you got to say.
Now compare what Donald Trump plans to do. He wants to impose what is, in effect, a national sales tax on everyday products and basic necessities that we import from other countries.
Look, I'm gonna tell y'all, food game. I used to not like Trump, but now, but you know what? Trump is so funny to me because one thing I will say about Trump is that he be telling it like it is. And it's so funny because you know in politics, you know how they all gotta like play nice and be nice to each other. Trump is like, I don't even care. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. And Rico said so communism. Trump be keeping it real, and it's hilarious. And Angela said she is trying to sell us a fairy tale to get in office. And I will say this, Angela, it's starting to feel like, in my opinion, that a lot of the Democrats be selling fairy tales to get into the office. And there may be some Republicans that do it as well. I'm not saying that the Democrats ain't the only ones, but that's who we're talking about right here. They say, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. And then they get in office, I'm like, I'm here now, but I don't gotta do nothing. It's kind of what it's starting to feel like a little bit. And so, I don't know, y'all. So Lolo said they put me on a diet by raising fruit prices. Let me eat. You know what? They're gonna force everybody to be skinny because we can't afford fast food. We can barely afford food. we work is just man. You know what scares me, Foodie Gang, is the ideal of 4 more years of this. In 4 more years, what's gonna happen as far as food, fast food goes, the prices on things, the jobs? 4 more years. I don't know about y'all, but I'm scared. Like, I was watching something and this girl was like, I waited to my whole life just to grow up and do this, go to work, come home, not have no money. And I was like, you know what? She is speaking some truth. Like when I was a kid, and I thought when I got older, I thought I was gonna be able to do stuff and enjoy my life. But now it's like we got bills, 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 bills. They never stop. But I think we have about a minute left of her price gouging policy. And so I'm gonna play that and we're gonna talk about it.
That will devastate Americans. It will mean higher prices on just about every one of your daily needs. A Trump tax on gas, a Trump tax on food, a Trump tax on clothing, a Trump tax on over-the-counter medication. And you know, economists have done the math. Donald Trump's plan would cost a typical family $3,900 a year. At this moment, when everyday prices are too high, he will make them even higher. As president, I'll take on the issue of the cost of health care. As Attorney General, I took on insurance companies and Big Pharma and got them to lower their prices. And together with President Biden, we've gone even further. We capped the price of insulin at $35.
Okay, so there you have it. That was part of her policy for the price gouging. The government sounds like they're going to step in and they're going to regulate the prices. In my opinion, I don't know. That's what it sounded like I heard to me. Okay, so what do y'all think, Foodie Gang? I mean, it's hard to defend Kamala right now because the last 4 years is not looking good for homegirl. So it's hard to defend her right now. She might have to stand out here by herself. Okay, so have you guys ever seen that show called Bar Rescue? Enrico said, look at countries like Venezuela. Government food price controls result in empty shelves, highly inflated prices, and black markets for food. And you know what, Rico, you bring up a good point. We are going to have to go over what is going on in Venezuela, and we're going to have to talk about the food because what's happening is that the prices of food have gone up so much that a lot of them are having to walk. I forgot the name of it, but they're having to walk over to another country just to buy food. And so it sounds like what Kamala is trying to do, she's trying to kind of like scare us a little bit, trying to scare us about Trump's taxes and ooh, Trump's going to do all this. But we need to ask ourselves, can we do 4 more years of what's going on now? I think that that is the question that we need to ask ourselves as Americans, as the foodie gang, is can we do 4 more years? That's the question. It's really simple. And we have to say, well, was I this broke and this hungry when Trump was in office? Were things this bad when Trump was president? We gotta ask. She's trying to scare us. I mean, I think I was eating lobsters and crab legs. now, now I'm eating beef and chicken. So I don't know. What do y'all think? I'm just gonna say, I was eating lobster and crab legs when Trump was in office. Now I'm eating chicken and beef. Angela said, I don't believe one damn word she is saying. Angela said, heck no. But so we got to ask ourselves, was I poorer now than when Trump was in office? And I think that that's the question that we all have to ask ourselves. You guys vote how it's best for you. Vote how you want to vote. I am just here to bring you guys the facts and tell you some opinions. And that is a part of Kamala's speech. And if you want to do more research on Kamala and Trump, you feel free to do so. I encourage you to research both candidates, and I believe there are more candidates because someone just suspended their campaign. But we so focused on Trump because Trump going through it right now. Angela says she is the pot calling the kettle black. I mean, it's kind of weird because she's like, y'all need to be afraid of Trump and his taxes. Well, it's like, well, what do you call this? What do you like? What do you call what's going on now? This ain't a tax. Well, then why is everything so expensive? We got Dr. Frizzle in the building. He said, yo, what it do? 907 Goodies and Foodie Gang. Thank you so much, Dr. Frizzle, for coming through. Subscribe to Dr. Frizzle's YouTube channel as well, Foodie Gang. Okay, so what I was gonna tell y'all. Have y'all ever seen that show Bar Rescue? I believe his name is John. Well, he went onto the news to give his feedback and his commentary and his reaction on Kamala Harris's price gouging policy. So I'm gonna get that pulled up for us. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen Bar Rescue, but it is a great show. What he does is he goes into the bar and it's like he cusses him out, but no, I'm kidding. He goes into the bar and he helps them redesign their menu, fix any issues with the budget, and he also helps them with the service and the food. So he pretty much just goes in there and rescues the bar. It is a really great show. And one thing I would say, if you watch the clips on YouTube, he's always like yelling at people, cursing them out. But if you go to the actual show and you watch, I forgot what platform it is. If you watch the actual show, you see the part where he's not yelling and cursing and acting crazy. He's being very reasonable. But you know what? One thing I noticed as a content creator, be careful out here because they be putting clips together. So hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the Cash App and money sign Chef Big Bank. So let me get that video pulled up of John. See, Kamala Harris was like, I ain't done. I got some more to say. She's like, y'all ain't gonna talk about me like that. Oh, okay. So his name is John Taffer. He has the Bar Rescue show. They pulled him on the Fox. You know how, of course it was Fox. Fox be on the money. And he gave his commentary on her policy. So let me get that pulled up for y'all, Foodie Gang. And we finna see what John Taffer from Bar Rescue had to say about Kamala's price gouging policy. So here we go. I said, what? And if you watch Bar Rescue, this is definitely John. But that's my show right there. Honestly, when I watch YouTube, like before I came and started watching the panel shows, I used to be watching food shows. I used to watch Bar Rescue. I watch a lot of the Food Network. But recently, I have started watching other things, and yes, but I used to watch Bar Rescue. That was my show.
With Kamala Harris's price fixing plan, they say it'll just make problems worse. Bar rescue guy John Taffer joins me now. John, welcome back. We've heard from various industries, and they're all told us, look, price controls don't work. All right, what about the restaurant business? You're in it. What happens?
Oh, Stuart, it's a nightmare. Good to be back, by the way. Think of the hamburger, Stuart. First of all, there's thousands of different hamburgers a restaurant can buy. There's prime, there's choice, there's different shapes, different sizes, there's filet mignon, there's prime rib, every blend, every type you can think about. So she has to send an analyst in to price every type of hamburger. Then the rancher's costs can't go up, Stuart. His price for feed, electronics, must remain the same so he can sell it to the processing plant. Then the processing plant's costs can't go up. They have to stay exactly the same. Fuel, equipment, transportation, labor. Then when it goes to the distributor, his costs can't go up. Fuel, distribution, union, all.
So that is definitely John from Bar Rescue, and he talks that passionately all the time. And he seems like he does not agree with Kamala's price gouging policy because he's saying that it would be too much work to accomplish.
All the other costs associated with his business. Then the restaurant gets the hamburger in a price controlled way. Now I have a question, Stuart. What about the bun? What about the tomato? What about the lettuce? What about the ketchup? What happens then? I mean, it becomes absurd. You cannot accomplish this. And when we look at past countries that have done it, Stuart, shortages happen. If the bun guy can't make money, he stops making buns. So the supply side impact is massive. It's an absurd premise. The fact that it's being presented as a policy is as absurd as the premise itself.
Okay, next case.
So what he is saying is that everything is gonna have to be priced out by some type of person. And I don't know about you guys' state and where you live, but it seems like the government is already overwhelmed. But they're gonna have to bring in a guy that's gonna have to price out everything. And there's differences in burgers, differences in buns. So it's like I think it's an overreach. I really do. And Angela said he is correct. Enrico said Venezuela is a prime example of this. Yes, because their government, I have to do a little bit of research to make sure that what I'm saying is like super correct. But allegedly, I believe that their government stepped in and started taking over the food. And now they can't keep up with supply. And like I said, we're going to have to take a deep dive into that if possible. Um, But John is the perfect person to give his commentary on this issue because he is in the restaurant industry. He deals with the pricing. He deals with inventory. So he is really seeing the inflation on the prices of food. And Angela said Kamala is telling us what she believes we want to hear. And I feel like a lot of politicians do that. But I think it has gotten to a point where we are tired as people, as the consumers, as everyday Americans. We are tired of hearing, well, I speak for myself at least. I am tired of hearing what they are going to do. I'm tired of waiting on things to be fixed. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I I don't have a lot of hope in Kamala. Just because the last 4 years. Now, if the last 4 years had gone great and we were in a better place as Americans and we could afford to do this and do that, I would be looking at things differently. But we have got to go off of the facts. We have got to go off of history. We cannot go off of what somebody says. And we cannot vote for people based upon how they look. We need to actually be looking at the policies. And it's never too late to change. If you voted how you voted before, it doesn't matter. Every 4 years is a different case. And this case, in this particular time, with the state of the economy as it is, we have to go off of the facts. Randy said, I'm tired of all of them. And you know what, Randy? I agree with you. I used to be tired of seeing Trump. And I used to not be able to stand when he talked. But now I'm like, I get it. I get what Trump was saying now. Y'all done proved him right. And so we cannot listen to what people say. We have to look at what they do. That's it. It's that simple. We have to look at the actions and of what is actually going on with, versus what they're saying. Because if we listen to what they're saying, of course, it all sounds good. Of course. But we have to be reasonable. And Angela agreed. She said exactly 907. Yeah, we gotta go off of what is actually being done. What are they actually doing? Because anybody could get up there and say anything. So John Taffer said he ain't with it. Look at his face. I'm gonna go ahead and play it and see if he has anything else to say.
Harris wants to raise the corporate tax rate from 21 to 28%. What would that do to your business?
Well, Stuart, that's taking 7% of the profits that we make out of our pockets. Those dollars are used for upgrades, for remodeling, for employee raises, for systems, for marketing, research and development, all of these things. A communist country, China, is 3% lower than us. So two things, Stuart. From the business standpoint, of course, it's a disaster. We're going to see reductions in payroll, reductions in other ways, price increases, things to offset that impact. From an
And I want to say this, we're kind of already seeing that. We're seeing it being harder to find a good paying job. We're seeing jobs kind of going away. And so, and then, it makes me wonder, it's like all these taxes y'all take from us, where is the money? I mean, how much more can they take from us? Like, it's crazy.
American standpoint, how do we compete in a global marketplace when our companies are paying a higher tax rate than our largest competitor that is a communist government and they're 3 points lower? Stuart, it destroys the business on a local basis and it weakens America's economy on a global basis. These are policies that make no sense. Stuart, when you start to put these things together, words like catastrophe appear. And that's the most horrifying of all. These decisions can't be made on an isolated basis. They have to be made on a collective basis that puts us on a plan to move forward.
Or anti-business socialism.
That's right, John. Tell him, John. And look, I'm gonna believe John over Kamala because John is he's doing the bar rescue show right now, but he works in the food industry. He is directly affected and impacted by these decisions. So, and he's been working in the restaurant business for quite some time, most likely. So he's seen different administrations run the food industry, or he's felt the impact from different administrations. Angela said Biden reneged on every promise he made to Black Americans, and Kamala has been the border Caesar for the last 2 years. I'm laying the blame directly at their feet. And let me tell y'all, Foodie Gang, we ain't seen Cam Cam in 4 years. She came out when Biden was running for president, in my opinion, allegedly. She came out and was saying, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this. They won that presidency. She went up in that house and we never saw her again. Never saw her again. She was hiding from everybody. Everybody. Nobody ever saw her again until until Biden was running for reelection. That was a whole mess. Everybody could tell that that man was not fit. And you know what? This election has been so crazy. I almost forgot about that. Kamala wasn't even running. It was Biden at first. And Biden said, I can't do this, which we all knew. He's somebody's granddaddy. He need to go sit down. He need to go sit down somewhere and count his and enjoy the rest of his life. Okay? He does not need to be running, being the president, which I imagine is a very stressful job. I don't know why they thought he could even do something like that. And Rico said that would accelerate AI, automation of business to offset the tax increase, which would result in catastrophic job loss. Also, we have to take into account the state of California and how California is going. A lot of her policies, she's from California, we should be kind of scared. I mean, I talked about it when I talked about crime in fast food, how a lot of the businesses were leaving California due to crime. Also, in California, everything's really, really expensive. And yes, they do have a higher minimum wage, but a lot of those people are getting laid off. So if we have to look at Kamala Harris's record and make that a part of our decision, in my opinion. And she don't got a good record. Now, when Kamala was going to become vice president, I was rooting for her. I really was. And then she got up in there and never came back out. She said, "What job?" Okay, here we go. Talking more about inflation and Kamala's price gouging policy.
Additional context, you could check out some of the previous videos I put up here on it. I will
Okay, I'm gonna slide this back a little bit.
anybody send help. It's my monthly inflation report again, July 2024. I do this every month, so if you want additional context, you could check out some of the previous videos I put up here on it. I will say, single man, no kids, no wife, no family, no dog, no cat. Just a little tiny 6-foot boa constrictor.
He ain't even got nobody. Look at his bills. Okay, so July food gas was $1,079.78. Groceries $5.95 and 17 cents. Takeout $1.90 and 6 cents. Gas $294.55. I mean 55 cents. I don't know where he's driving to, but he could have to commute every day for work. And he doesn't have a wife. He doesn't have kids. And look how high his bills are. Imagine if you are a mom or a family or a single mom. I mean, and this his takeout bill. I don't even have a takeout. I don't even have a takeout budget. Because like Angela said, we eating at home. We can't even do takeout.
That I feed every other week on average. She don't cost that much though, but this is ridiculous. And people got the nerve and the audacity to ask me why I don't want kids. Like I'm gonna be able to pay for some kids when I'm paying this much for groceries and gas. But hey, it's the current economy we living in. Somebody need to change it. I ain't gonna give my political views on here, but somebody need to change this yesterday.
Now, I agree with that part that there has to be some kind of change. There's no way we can continue at this current pace that we're at. I'm really concerned for our children, for the future, for our mental being, for our mental sake. It's not good to be stressed out for a long period of time. So I agree with him. I was like, something needs to change. Something has to happen. And like I said, when Trump was in office, I was eating crab legs, king crab legs. And I don't know what happened, but we used to get our king crab from Costco, and the price of king crab has skyrocketed. It used to be like $200 for a box. And in this box, you get a lot of crab legs. So what people would do, it was like you pay 100, I pay 100, we get a box of crab and we split it. And these are king crab legs, so you get a lot of crab. Now, that box of crab is like 300, almost $400. So y'all gonna hear me talk about the king crab legs a lot because it's just I don't know what happened. They just got really, really expensive. And so has food. Angela said, yes, it's getting harder to live and survive nowadays. It really is. And I think it's kind of getting to that point where everybody's kind of sad about it. It's like, because like we don't see an answer right now, so it's getting kind of sad. You know what I'm saying? And it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that.
Saying that the way she is going to deal with inflation by fixing prices tells you what she does not understand about economics. Let's think about what inflation is. It's too much money chasing too few goods. You have a lot of money all of a sudden and you don't have enough goods to satisfy the demand for it. So the supply of that good that you really want is low and the demand is really high and everybody all of a sudden has a lot of extra money. Interesting, because this kind of happened. How many different rescue packages were there that were $1 trillion? Were there 3? Many people, including myself, said, this is going to cause inflationary pressures on the economy. On top of that, remember when all the ships were stuck in the harbors for over a year? So all of a sudden we have these $1 trillion rescue packages and all of our goods can't get to our shores. That's what causes inflation. You know what else causes inflation? And the government prints money. And why would our government print money? Oh, I don't know, to give out $1 trillion rescue packages, to give hundreds of billions of dollars to foreign powers so they can fight wars? You know what else causes?
That's another thing. I remember Cardi B, I think it was a couple of months ago when New York released their budget for this year, or yeah, they were slashing a lot of prices and to some services that she felt were detrimental to the people. And she was saying, how are we funding all these wars when we don't have enough money for our own people? And you know what? I have to agree with that because it's like we're helping a lot of people over there and over here. But what about the everyday American who is going into the grocery store that has a high bill? What about the Americans that are feeling like that they have to steal goods out of the store to eat? What about us? Why don't we help us first and then help them? You know, but it's kind of I don't know what's going on, but so I agree with the man that I played before. Something has got to change.
Causes inflation when interest rates are really, really low. Like if you're buying a house, instead of paying $400,000 for the house, since interest rates are really low, then you can afford to pay more for that house because you're going to be paying less interest and your overall monthly mortgage cost is lower. These are the different things that result in inflation. So to come out and say, I know how we'll deal with inflation, we're going to stop the price gouging and price fix. That tells me volumes about what that person does not really understand about the economy and how it works and what inflation actually is. And on top of that, it's a fix that will make things worse. Let's say you sell souvenirs and all of a sudden the cost of all those souvenirs have gone sky high, but you're being forced to charge only a certain amount that has been fixed by the government. What happens? You go out of business because you can't increase your prices enough to pay for being in business.
And like Rico said earlier, Venezuela is also a communist country, and it has led to a food shortage. They're having to go to another country to even buy food. And so I don't know if I want more government control in anything, especially the food. And then it's like there's so many different foods. I'm with John. How are you gonna go over and fix a price to everything? There's so many different types of food. How is that even possible? Angela said they have been spending government money like it's their personal piggy bank. Yes, and then that's another thing. You know, you're taking all these taxes from us to give to some other people, and it's like, well, dang, I thought that that was our money. But This is 907 Goodies. Hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I just wanted to talk with you guys about food and fast food inflation and really take a deep dive into Kamala Harris's price gouging policy. Now, we are in an election year, and there may be more streams in the future on politics just because of the times. And when food inflation is a big topic and it will definitely go into politics, they're tied in together. So it is important for us to do these live streams so that we can kind of understand what's going on. Because I was seeing all over my YouTube Kamala Harris's price gouging. I kept hearing about it, but I never really understood what they were talking about. And so I hope that this live stream has helped you guys, Foodie Gang, into learning some things and vote how you want to vote. I'm saying become educated about both candidates and their policies. And because we talked about Kamala, I'm pretty sure that we should also talk about Trump to give both candidates a fair shake. We got to talk about the Republicans. But thank you guys all so much for tuning in. Hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the Cash App, money sign, Chef Big Bank. Join my group on Facebook, Chef Big Bank Foodie Gang fan page. We're almost at 2,000 members. Okay, so today it is a sunny day outside. I will see if it's possible for me to go to the park. I have some Mexican style chicken thighs that I started and prepped out. And I also have some broccoli. So if I have time today, I will be going live in the park and cooking dinner, but we will see. We will see. But I definitely want to show you guys these Mexican style chicken thighs. And I use my Big Bang taco seasoning. So stay tuned for that. And follow me on all my social media platforms. Shop the Foodie Gang store. Get your merch. The Foodie Gang Investigative Team. And the reason why I have the Foodie Gang Investigative Team is so that we can do this. We can investigate the food. Because when we're going into the store, we see the prices are going up, but why? Why are they going up? What is going on? So that's what the Foodie Gang Investigative Team is here for. Thank you guys so much for watching. After this video ends, leave a comment down below and let me know what is your opinion on Kamala's price gouging policy. What are your thoughts? And if you are watching on the replay, let me know in the comment section what you think on Kamala Harris's price gouging policy. What are your thoughts? I will see you guys down in the comment section, Foodie Gang. Thank you guys all for watching. Be sure to hit that like button. I'm going to hit y'all with the outro video. And I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for stopping by my kitchen. I am your host. And this is Kitchen Talk with Chef Big Bank. Thank you guys all so much for watching. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.
Foodie Gang Gang Gang. Food Gang Gang Gang. gang, gang, gang.
This is Chef Big Bank. Thank you so much for watching at 907 Good Eats. Make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next Wednesday at 9 a.m. I'm out.